Do you ever feel like your emotions sometimes stress you out or take you into overwhelm, or worst case scenario, if left there thinking about certain emotions for a long time, take you into dark places? The biggest thing I wanted to share with you today is the fastest way to move out of that darkness and move towards the light. A lot of the time we move into those places because we have got too in depth with a specific thought. So our thoughts trigger an emotion. So if we're getting stuck in an emotional state, it's because you haven't addressed the thought. So the fastest way to move back out of those dark places is to go back to your original thought that triggered off that emotional state, and become curious to explore, what does that thought mean for you. So many times we hide, we suppress, we shove those dark thoughts into places, and we'll deal with them next time, or hope that they eventually never come back again, which we all know that they will. They'll just pop up and raise their ugly head in a different area or at a different time. So it's so much easier, and I really want to share with people that it is a really exciting moment when you can allow your mind to work productively for you. When we get overwhelmed by a thought and move that into dark emotional places, it's because we're letting our mind run. You're letting your mind run you, rather than you deciding what you want to do with that thought. And bringing that curious mindset is going to be your greatest gift. If something or a thought has come up to the surface, it's time to explore. And this is where you take your personal power back. Because in that moment, if you were to ask yourself, what does this thought really bring up for me? Or what does this thought mean or feel for me? And then allow yourself to be open to the answer, you will find that the answer will be revealed. I like, if this ever happens to me, I like to do brain dumping or automatic writing. So if that thought comes up, then sit there, or that emotion, because remember, your emotion is only a byproduct of your thought. Okay, so if we move back and we go into the thought process and ask ourselves the question, what is this thought bringing up for me? How is this affecting me? And what can I do about that? And just simply just open your mind to write every single thing that comes into mind. Every single thing, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotion, your experiences, the trigger, the person, the place, anything. Just don't judge, just automatically write. When we move into that space of automatic writing, we are bypassing the noise of our mind where we are trying to think a solution, and we move into, how do we actually feel about that thought? And in there will be revealed all of those questions, and therefore you can actually go in, and then once you've looked at it, ask yourself, do you choose to, one, want to engage in that emotional state that this is triggering? And two, do you believe that thought to be true for you? If you believe that thought is true for you, then it will continue to engage that emotional state, making you feel like shit. Or you can choose, how can I move towards a better thought or a better feeling? Because most of the time we forget that it's the thought that is triggering the feeling. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to move away from the feeling. That's only working on the superficial side. The actual core of the problem is the thought and the thinking. So if you use that amazing mind to unlock its own potential, you will discover that you have all of the answers you are ever seeking within you, if you first know to ask the right question and allow the answer to come up. Because that's all it is. But we as humans have been taught to hide, suppress, deny, wait for another time, or pretend it doesn't exist, sweep it underneath the carpet like that shit's going to sort itself out. And it doesn't. It may go away, but it's only just going back into your mind for the next time something triggers that same thought. and it will trigger off that same emotional response, and you'll go back into that dark place. Yet, you can do something different for yourself. Use that amazing mind to find your answer that you are seeking. Find the solution too, because not only will you find the answer, but the solution will automatically reveal itself, because you'll be able to go because the brain likes to connect dots to find solutions. And at the moment, if you're moving into that dark place, it's finding solutions on how to keep you in that dark place, feeling shit, spiraling downwards until you hit rock bottom. And that's a really uncool freaking place to be in. And no one loves that, because the more we keep doing it, the harder we have to work to get back to the top. So if we can recognize the signs straight away and know exactly what you can do to help yourself move towards the feelings that you want to feel, then it will reveal the answer. So simply go in and become curious and explore. Believe me, most people, when they think about exploring, they think it's going to take them even into darker places. Well, if you're already in a dark place, you can't really go any darker now, can you? But what you can do is start to see the light that is being provided if you ask the right question, because your mind is always searching and seeking for the answer for you. But if you keep asking the same shitty question, which is, why am I feeling like this, or why did this happen, or go into those unhealthy places, you are only going to find the same answer every time. Doesn't matter how many times you freaking ask it. So ask a more empowering question that allows the mind to seek out the answer for the real truth of what you are searching for, which is, something has come up. How do I address it? How do I honor it? How do I validate that this is how I feel about the situation? But how do I flip it over and find the healing in the situation and allow that powerful mind of mine to work with me to find a beautiful solution, which sometimes is more about having a look at the thought. So today, decide to do something different, to empower yourself, to take your personal power back, to become explorative, become the adventurer of exploring what these dark thoughts mean for you, because they're only a thought. It's only the habit that has allowed you to delve deeper and darker rather than deeper and productive. So choose something different today. Take your power back. You can do it. I believe in you. Remember, you don't have to do this journey on your own.